Chazara today, bottom line of Beis Amud Beis. Meisve Marzutra. Frek Marzutra again, we're still discussing what's the definition of Or. Or le'arba osar. Is that night or day? Meisve Marzutra. Hamapoilas or l'shmoinim ve'echad. Someone is mapped, someone has a leda, a miscarriage, a baby born death, on the night of the 81st day, right? Because during the first 80 days are all packed into one carbon. At the 81st day, a second leda would require a second carbon. What happens the night of the night between 80 and 81? Peshamai patas from the second carbon. The one carbon can be both. Besil is mechayiv two carbonis. Why? Why should the night of 81 be different than the day of 81? You already left the 80 days. There's Melois is 80 days. You finish 80 days. So you're chayiv another carbon. And another raya, the carbon. The night of the 81st is considered outside of the Melois regarding Dine Tumah. So why should it be different for Dine Carbon? And Rashi brings down what Beis Shammai responded that no, because you didn't yet bring the shot, because you can't bring the carbonis until the morning. So what? So it's not considered. You weren't able to bring the carbonis in the first leda. Therefore, those carbonis still pater. That's what Rashi brings down. The Gemara increases Beis Shammai's response to Beis Hillel. But I'll call upon him. Midik honor Beis Hillel Beis Shammai. Maishno or shmoyne ve'echad miyoyim shmoyne ve'echad. What's the difference between the Or shmoyne ve'echad and the yoyim shmoyne ve'echad? Shma mino or two. Or must mean night. And that's what Beis Hillel was asking. What's the difference between the night of the 81st night and the 81st day? Shma mino. Nachma, a good raya. I believe this was the second raya. A good raya that or le'arba osar means the night of the 14th. Meisvei, continuing to ask and continue to bring more eyes. Meisvei, you might think that you're allowed to eat a carbon the night of the third, talking about like a shlavim kachim kalim, which you eat it 2 days and 1 night. You might think you should be able to eat it the night after the second day also, or l'shlishi, the night of the third day, the night after the second day. V'dinu, and l'cher, that's also, you can learn it out. Midin. Why zvachim nechol liyem echad? Zvachim kachim toida is only eaten for 1 day. V'shlam nechol l'shnei shlam is eaten for 2 days. Malalon laila achar yoyim just like by kachim kalim by a toida, the night after the day you're allowed to continue eating. Maybe by shlomo also the night after the day you should be allowed to continue eating after night after day 2. The adjoim going on still on the macharos, that only the macharos when it's day you're allowed to eat it. But you cannot eat the night after the second day, meaning the night of the third, the night in between 2 and 3, day 2 and day 3. I may think, okay, so if you can't eat it anymore, maybe you should have to burn it immediately, right then at the night on Or L'Shlishi, the night of the third night. That also can be learned out of a svara din. Zvachim nechom liyayim v'layla. Zvachim kachim matoid is eaten for 1 day and 1 night. V'layla echad. V'shlam nechom l'shnei v'layla echad. And shlam is eaten for 2 days and 1 night. Ma'alon tekev l'achilus reifa. Avkan tekev l'achilus reifa. Just like over there. Just like by zvachim, by kachim, the achila, the sreifa happens right after the heter achila is over. So Afkan, so too over here, the achila should happen, the sreifa should happen right after the heter achila is over, at the end of day 2. Not wait until right then, by the night of the third, the night between the second and the third. No. You only burn it the next morning. Period. That's the end of the brisa. So basically, what this brisa is teaching us is number 1, kachim kalim. You do not eat the night of the third, the night between the second and the third. But on the other hand, you don't burn it right away. You have to wait until the third day in the morning to burn it. You might think, right, the whole shak of adar is eating it on the night of the third day, meaning the night in between the second and the third. Alma or artu. You see clearly, ar means nighttime. Shma mina. Nachama, third raya that ar must mean arta must mean light, evening. Toshma, another raya. The evening of Yom Kippur, Ma'ariv, you daven Sheva, 7 brachos and Shemona Esrei, Misvada, you do Vidoy. Shachris, Mispal Sheva, Misvada. Nachamol Shemona Esrei with 7 brachos and do Vidoy. B'Musaf, Mispal Sheva, Misvada. By Musaf, you have Shemona Esrei with 7 brachos, Misvada, and you say Vidoy. B'Minicha, Mispal Sheva, Misvada. Ba'arvis, by Ma'ariv, of Motzei Shabbos, right, there's a girsa that adds an Ne'ilah over here, but Ne'ilah, Mispal Sheva, Misvada. Ba'arvis, by Ma'ariv of Motzei Yom Kippurim, Mispal Me'in Shemona Esrei. You don't even daven a full Shemona Esrei, you just daven a short Shemona Esrei. No Shleimish, you daven a regular full Shemona Esrei on Motzei Yom Kippurim. Why? Because you have to say Havdalah by the Brach of Choyin Adas, and you can't say Havdalah if you're only doing Me'in Shemona Esrei Ahavinenu. Period. End of the brisa. But I'll call upon him the same raya. Alma or Artu. Or Yom Kippur by Ma'ariv of Yom Kippur. What are you davening? You're davening Mispalo Sheva U'Misvada. We see or Nachamo must mean Artu, must mean the evening. Shema Mino. Nachamo, another raya, fourth raya. Or fifth, I don't remember, I lost track. Tashma, the Tana de Beis Shmuel, a brisa from Beis Shmuel is the final one. Leilei Arba Asar B'Yit K'Masacham, on the evening, on the night of the Arba Asar of Leil of Yudal Nisan, that's when you do B'dikas Chametz L'Or Haner. Alma or Artu, that's the same thing as our Mishnah. Our Mishnah used the word Ar. This brisa of Beis Shmuel used the word Laila. You see clearly Ar is Laila, Alma or Artu. Period, no question, we brought down enough. A laundry list of rayas that or must mean evening. So Ella bein Rav Huna bein Rav Yehuda dekuli ama or artu. You're right. Side Rav Huna and side Rav Yehuda, everyone agrees. Orli Arba Asar is when is B'dikas Chametz. Orla Arba Asar, the night of the 14th day of Nisan, like what we do B'dikas Chametz. In V'loi Peligi, there's no machlokes. Marki Ansri, Marki Ansri. Rav Huna and Rav Yehuda, the reason why they said different sprachs of Nagi and Laila is because they were speaking the way their city spoke. Uva Ansri, the Rav Huna Karu Nagi. By Rav Huna's city, Nagi meant nighttime. But Ansri, the Rav Yehuda Karu Leili. Leili meant nighttime. Nagi didn't. Nagi meant morning time. That's when Rav Huna said Nagi, he didn't mean morning. We call Nagi morning. In Rav Huna's city, Nagi meant night. That's why he said Nagi, but really no machlokes. Everyone agrees. Early Arba also means the night of the 14th. That's when B'dikas Chametz is. Period. Why did you use a lashon of Orli Arba Asar? Just use a lashon of a Leili Arba Asar, like the brisa of Beis Shmuel just mentioned 4 lines earlier. Everything about Lishna Ma'alya who did not kind of wanted to pick a better lashon, like we spoke about yesterday. We saw the Ran. It's the beginning of the Masechta. It wanted to use a more clear lashon. The Sifsich Acham Toyer. I forget the exact pasuk, something like that. Right, more because of the beginning of the Masechta, fine. But what? But that's why, just because we want to use a Lishna Ma'alya. But a person should never say the Davar Meguna. Again, he's not referring to our Mishnah of the Lashon of Laila or it's just a Kloyus Nikadin. But we're applying it over here. That's why our Tana wanted to pick a different and more Lishna Ma'alya. Why shari ikim akos shmoni oisos v'loy hoisi davar mibikunim yepip. You see, the Torah mamish was ma'akim, it added in 8 oisios so as not to say a davar meguna. Shenemar min abahema hatohiro umin abahema asher einen tohiro. Why is it asher einen tohiro? Just say tameya hatameya. Add in 8 extra letters not to say the word hatameya. Papa Omartation 9 letters. Shenemar kiyeh b'chei ish asher lo yiyeh tohar. Mikra Laila could have just said kiyeh b'chei ish tamei. What's Asher Lo Yiyatar added in 9 letters? You see, the Torah Mamish added 9 letters, not to say the word Tomei. Ravina Omer Eser, 10 letters. Vov, the Tor. Tor is spelled with a Vov, so it's really 10 letters, it's not 9 letters. The Papa, for whatever reason, took out the Vov of Tahar, and therefore he only had 9 letters. Ravina says, no, it's 10 letters. Mamish 16 letters, Shenemar, a different pasuk. Ki Omer Mikra Hu, Bilti Taharu Ki Loy Tahar. But he could have just said, Ki Omer Mikra Tomehu. It could have just said it like that. The Torah added in 16 letters so as not to use the words Tomehu. Right, period. So we see basically, and we're going to actually continue for a large part of today's Amud on Gimel on Beis, discuss this Nakuda of speaking out of Davar Miguna, but it's best to pick a nice, clear, easy, appropriate lashon. Therefore, our Tana picked a Lishna Ma'alya, felt R was a more Lishna Ma'alya. Weiter Tana de Beis Shmuel, L'olam Yisaber Adam B'Lashon Nekiya. A person should always speak Lashon Nekiya, a clean language. Sharei b'Zov Karu Merkav, v'Isha Karu Moshe. The same halacha of Zov and Isha, a man and woman. By a man, it calls it merkav, riding. Riding is putting your 2 feet over the animal. By a woman, it says Moshe was just sitting. Why? Because it's not appropriate by a woman to discuss a piece of raglayim where the feet are getting spread apart. Therefore, the Torah uses the lashon of Moshe. Another pasuk. You should choose the lashon, the language of Arumim, of the wise ones. We see the wise ones had their own more special language, cleaner language. And the knowledge of my lips, is clear from clear speech. Why did he need a v'oimer? Maybe that's the Torah speaks a lashon naki. The Rabbanon speaking. Maybe there is no inyan to have a lashon naki. You should choose a lashon arumim, and arumim is referring to Talmidei Chacham. We saw the Maharsha brings down. Maybe there's no inyan of a lashon naki. The pasuk says, "V'das sefasai borim mileiloi," and sefasai, like the Maharsha explained, is just sefasai is a lashon of a regular talking, regular chit chatter. Period. You're being medayik. Torah baby was medayik by a woman. By a woman, wouldn't use lashon merkav, because merkav is mashma, right? Riding an animal with the 2 feet on the two sides of the animal with his piece of galgaim. Really, by an isha, we don't use lashon merkav. V'aksiv v'atokam rivka v'nayriseha v'ater kavna ala gemalim, and she rode on the camel. And for the Gemara, hasam mishum bi'asusa the gemalim, because of the fear of being on a camel, you're so high up you could fall. Archehu, it's normal to ride. And Dovi, you were asking me yesterday after you finished your shir, if you look at Ben Chanano, he addresses it. What does that mean, archi? What's the archi? Who cares? Ben Chanano, if you see it, by me it's the bottom line, I'm not sure what it is by you. Since there's a fear of riding a camel so high up, it's normal. The normal way to ride is a rechiva, straddling your 2 feet on two sides. You can't not use a rechiva, because that's the only way to do it. That's the way you ride an animal when it's a scary matziv, and therefore you can't not use a lashon of rechiva. Okay, just added that in. We didn't speak that out yesterday. We have 2 more lines of Chazorah. Moshe took his wife, Tzipporah, and his children. Again, he took his wife, that's a woman, and he's lashon of rechiva. And for the Gemara, Hasam Mishum Banav Archihu. It was the lashon of rechiva was referring to the Banav, to his sons. For sons, rechiva is normal. And for a woman, we wouldn't use a lashon of rechiva in normal circumstances, because the lishna ma'alya, it's not a lashon naki to say rechiva by a woman. Ad kan chazara.